Hey, what is up YouTube? It's Overlord here, and today I want to talk about something that actually kind of interested me, and that is the fact that some of the stuff that people complained about with the Halo 5 beta has actually been changed. Now, I was going through Halo Waypoint and I found some stuff that they had posted, and it's actually a whole post, and I will put a link down the description below so you guys can see it. But it basically gives you a list of some of the changes that they made to Halo 5, and I have it open right now. I'm going to read to you some of the changes that they made. Now, they increased the base speed, made it faster, made it a little bit easier to move around the map, increased strafe acceleration, they reduced top sprint speed, modify the ground pound controls to prevent conflicts with the crouch jumping mechanic, because in Halo 5 a lot of the times, whenever you try and crouch jump to get up to somewhere, you couldn't do it, because your character would just kind of hover in the air and want to ground pound, and it was just really a huge annoyance. And then they did a general tuning and bug fixes for all Spartan abilities such as thrust, clamber, ground pound, etc, etc. And one of the problems that actually was very prominent with the clamber, I found anyway, that was whenever I'd run and jump and then clamber onto something, my Spartan's hand would go through the object that I was trying to clamber onto, and then I'd just fall to the floor as if I hadn't clambered at all. And it was a very prominent problem for a couple of days actually into the beta, and I actually stopped experiencing it, and it was just kind of an annoyance. It wasn't necessarily anything big. It was a little bit frustrating here and there whenever I was playing and I'd randomly get killed because my Spartan didn't clamber when in fact I know he was about to, or he was supposed to, and he didn't. So there was that slight annoyance there. But I mean, other than that, some of these problems that they mentioned with the other abilities such as thrust, ground pound, etc, etc, I haven't necessarily seen. I know for a fact I saw only once in game where I was playing and someone went to go Spartan charge and they hit something on the map. They were running up on the Heretic remake. They were running up to one of the ramps that you could get onto to go into mid, and then he ended up flinging himself into a wall and killing himself. So I'm guessing they're going to reduce the velocity of how fast your Spartan actually goes flying whenever he hits something, but it's just going to have this little area of effect around the character model or the hitbox that does damage instead of actually making your character fly forward. So that's good news. I could see that being really prominent and really frustrating if it was like a consistent thing that happened a lot. Now, they actually did make some other changes. They made some of the weapon changes for the sniper rifle. They improved scope experience to make it less clunky and made it to where it did stuff faster. It doesn't necessarily explain. With the DMR, they adjusted the position of the scope to improve visibility because it was kind of getting in the way. They brought back the original rocket launcher as a legendary version of the weapon, so I suppose you're going to be able to use that in Forge and whatnot, which that's pretty cool. They reduced damage bonuses for automatic weapons. So like in the beta, you could hit someone in the head with like an assault rifle, and it'd give you a very slight damage buff. It'd take like one less bullet to kill someone, but nonetheless they removed that anyway. They removed grenade detonation in midair from weapon fire, which that was a very huge problem in Halo 4 and in Reach, because it was just a huge problem a lot of the times. Because the way that the character model threw the grenade and how the grenade went out of your hand, if you were aiming at someone's head, what would happen is you'd actually hit the grenade out of the air and either kill them or knock their shields away. So that was a very big problem. They give you the ability to actually turn off vibration feedback for weapons, which is nice because I don't want my controller to die really quick because of that. And then they did general tuning and bug fixing for all weapons. Now, they did some other stuff with the competitive play, which is where they improved skill detection during the placement phase of your first 10 matches, I believe. Improved skill matchmaking, improved team balancing, prevents skill boosting, and general bug fixing and tuning. Now, the one that I'm really happy about is the team balancing. I hope this kind of coincides with your win and loss ratio and then your kill death ratio, because I was infuriated playing earlier today with Batman, playing some Halo 3, or actually Halo 4 and Halo 3 and Halo 2, and as we were playing, our teammates were just totally incompetent and had no idea what they were doing. We'd get 20 kills each, have 25 and 25 in a big team battle game, and we'd still lose just because our teammates either didn't know what they were doing, and this was the first time that they picked up the game, or they were just dicking around and being assholes and betraying everyone. So that was a very big problem, and it was a problem in all the Halos regardless, but I'm happy that they're somewhat paying attention to that. I hope that it's more so than in any other game that it's fixed. Now, with the matchmaking, they've increased the pace in which you find matches, which is good. Better skill matchmaking as well. Better feedback to players in the lobby and matchmaking experiences. They allow players to set desired data center for matchmaking. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. I promptly enjoy that. It essentially allows you to change what you want your prerequisites for the matchmaking to be, such as connection, if you wanted to go by region, you want to get someone close to you to play with, or you just want to play with someone who, I don't know, is a good sport. They had something like that in Reach and in Halo 3, which is pretty good. They improved party versus party matchmaking, so most likely you're going to run into other parties of players more often whenever you're partied up with your friends. They hide CSR ranks until matched to de-incentivize quitting, and then punish quitters with CSR penalties and matchmaking bans, which I like that. A lot of people had a very huge problem with the fact that you could rank up in Halo 5 despite the fact that you either quit or you didn't do well, and I can still see like that being a problem. People are still going to whine about it, but it's going to be whined about less, because if you do quit, then you are going to get a experience penalty. So that's very good in my opinion, and I'm really glad that they fixed that. So we, as a community, have helped quite a bit with the way that the matchmaking and just the game in general has played by our feedback from the Halo 5 beta, and I'm really glad that 343 is actually taking the time to go in and fix a lot of these problems, and they're really paying a lot of close attention to little details and what people like, because I actually didn't think they'd pay any mind to the clambering problem, and apparently from this I'm guessing that they're going to. It just kind of gives me a little bit of a hunch that they're going to fix a lot of the problems that came along with the animations and whatnot. So I'm really happy, I'm really impressed with 343, and I hope they keep doing the good solid job that they're doing now. I really feel that Halo 5 is probably going to be one of the best Halos with the highest skill gap, just because the faster time to kill and the faster movement, and just the overall arena style feel of the game. It also places a very big emphasis on wanting to control the map and control power weapons. So I really promptly enjoy that, and I'm really glad, as again, that they're paying lots of close attention to the little things that people want changed. Like, I honestly did not expect them to change some of the stuff on like the DMR, or perhaps give us the old rocket launcher back. So I'm really proud of 343. I think they're doing a really good job with their game, and I hope to see more and more stuff like this to be fixed. And post-patch, I really hope that they, if anything else crops up, they pay this kind of close attention to it. So if you guys did enjoy the video, then please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. This is Overlord signing out, and I will see you guys next time.